If this were Desert Island Discs, a show I'm unlikely ever to host, which would you choose as your one prize? Would it be Coleraine or Manchester United?
I'm a strong supporter of Irish League football. I think it's the heartbeat to a town, and it's important to be supported. But United are, cut me, and like everyone, I bleed red.
But people say that Eamon Holmes is a very similar disposition about Manchester United. I'm not sure about what life is like in Northern Ireland, but it is red or red, isn't it?
No, well, listen, when I grew up, it was, I was born a wee bit after Eamon, and he's actually quite a different disposition to me. Leeds were a huge team, Arsenal. I mean, United, I started supporting in '69, so I had 21 years of them not winning anything. But what's interesting about the United players, if you look at whatever people say about Ferguson, if you look at Giggs, Neville, Scholes, they've stayed with the man, they adore the man, because he respects them, and they respect him. And there is a loyalty still attached to football, irrespective of the money, and I think United is actually quite a good illustration of that.
All right, moving on to TV and stuff. Cold Feet, I presume, is where it all started, or was there a little bit before that?
I worked a good bit before that. I worked, the minute I left drama school, I was very lucky. But I suppose in terms of a public awareness and doors being opened, Cold Feet unquestionably was very helpful.
You're one of the most often seen faces on TV, one of the most popular faces on TV. Is that luck or is that application on your part? I
think it's both. I think it's a good question. I think you have to be lucky to work. I was around at the right time, I got involved in the right shows, but I also had a bit of a work ethic thing. I spent years kind of laughing off the notion that I was an actor, and not because I was worried that people would think it's not really a serious job, and I suppose I didn't, but I've worked very hard at it, and I enjoy it. I'm in one of those lucky positions like yourself. I enjoy what I do.
This is, remember Shoot magazine, they'd ask questions like this. Yeah. What would you rather have been? Georgie Best or what you are today?
Geordie Best in a heartbeat. Geordie Best for a second. Imagine having that talent, those looks, that life. People are too down on George. I think, the legacy of George. George is a footballer. I was talking to Tony Gale there before we started the programme, and he was saying, you don't beat George.
Talking of downers, for those people like me who enjoyed Cold Feet, we saw Bloody Sunday.
Yeah.
When I say a downer, it was a serious side of you that we hadn't expected. Turned things around a bit, didn't it?
No, it had a big impact, not only professionally, but I think also just in terms of personally, it made me look a wee bit more closely at where I come from. I think it was an important film. I think it was a good film, but it had a serious side to it. But every job you do presents its own challenges. But that, I think, it had an impact on me more than anything else.
And you return to the Troubles with your latest work.
Yeah, 5 Minutes of Heaven is a film I did with Liam Neeson on Sunday night at 9 o'clock on BBC Two, and it's about a real event that happened in 1975. 17-year-old boy played by Liam Neeson joined the Loyalist paramilitaries, shot a random Catholic called Jim Griffin. I play his brother, who was 11-year-old and witnessed it, and it's a fictionalised account about what happens if they would meet.
I'd like to learn why it is that you haven't done what a former guest on this programme, Ray Winston, did, a nip across to Hollywood and make megabucks.
Well, you can make a lot of money here, actually. Not that I have, obviously, Mr. Taxman. I've been very comfortable with the work I'm doing here, the challenges I've been presented with. Ray's done, Ray's the king, though. There's only one Ray Winston, there's plenty of me. And I think if the opportunity arose, I would go. But it's a big thing to uplift a family and go and sit beside a pool for 6 months waiting to get a job in a film that's not that good with an accent I can't do. Not that Ray has done that. He's, as I say, the king. But I'm happy to work anywhere. I'll work. Look, I've come here for the day.
We're very grateful. That sounded far too smooth. Jim, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much. Matt.